realized that I didn't, and I realized correctly, that I didn't think people knew how signing bonuses work on July 1st.
No, they don't.
So I'm going to explain this as it pertains to one named Mitchell Marner.
Mm-hmm.
So he is due a mammoth signing bonus on July 1st.
Yeah.
And a lot of the talk has been no trade can happen until July 2nd because the bonus has to be paid July 1st.
Well, it's not true. It's just the team is responsible for it.
That is right. So a trade to...
Like, if you want to... It doesn't mean it can't happen. It's just like the team that he gets traded to has to pay that signing bonus.
Right. But a lot of it was like, okay, well, teams aren't going to want to do that. It's a more valuable asset on, quote, July 2nd.
Yes.
That is not true.
Okay.
So, how signing bonuses work. For the purposes of the league, 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. is the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, all signing bonuses have to be paid prior to 5 p.m. on July 1st. Any trade that is made after 5 p.m. on any day is considered a next day trade. So, like, when you're during the regular season, during the playoffs, every day you have to submit your roster at 5 p.m.
Yeah, so on June 30th,
at 5 p.m.
At 5:01 p.m. or whatever.
The roster, it's technically for
it's
league
technically
business.
July 1st.
It's July 1st. Okay. So, that means there's all this. I'm seeing a lot of, oh, well, if they can't pay the bonus till July 1st, then they're not going to be able to be in on free agency, and that's when a lot of business gets done. Dangle was talking about it. Like, a bunch of other people were talking. Incorrect. And I don't...
You hear that, Steve? You're fucking wrong, bro.
I don't think a lot of people realize this because it's not really explained very well. No, it's not.
How would anyone know this?
So, what happens is...
How many other people, Rachel, listen to this podcast, do you think have worked in a front office like you have? No one would know this. So I don't blame you for not knowing.
Yeah, like, this is a very intricate, like, weird thing to know.
Yeah.
And so, how it works is for July 1st, the Leafs can opt to pay, let's say, they have a trade that's agreed to, right? And they want to be in the pot at 12:01 to be able to sign deals. They can pay Marner's signing bonus at 8 a.m. They can pay everyone's signing bonus at 8 a.m. They can have the trade executed at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
On that trade call.
Yeah, okay.
There will be a question that is not usually asked, that is asked, which is, has the signing bonus been paid, or does it transfer to the other team? Because if the signing bonus is not paid, then the acquiring team would have until 5 p.m. that day to pay his bonus.
Yeah.
So, if the Leafs pay the bonus at 8 a.m., the trade call happens at 10. Marner, his bonus is paid, and they have all that cap space, and what time does free agency start? Noon. So, there is a scenario...
I was racking my brain. I was like, wait
where
a second. Yeah.
The Leafs could... It doesn't have to just be Marner. It could be
anybody.
Anyone.
If their
bonus is paid, they can be traded, and then that's it. It's not you have to wait a day.
And their bonus, like, let's be real. The Toronto Maple Leafs, like Maple Leaf Sports Entertainment, they're
going to pay that bonus at 12:01 a.m.
Yeah.
That's when the money hits your account.
So that bonus, like, they can pay it at 12:01 or whatever, but that bonus will hit his bank account or whatever
on that day, prior to him being traded.
Exactly.
And then you tell the league, yes, Toronto has paid the bonus. Then it's traded. All that cap space is opened up, and off you go. You're allowed to sign and do whatever you want on July 1st. The other thing is you have to pay it by 5 p.m. It's not the Arizona Coyotes not paying properly. I highly doubt that's going to be an issue this year because
they are not. They don't exist as a franchise right now.
Yeah, and we're going to throw this picture up on our socials. I was sent a photo of how Alex Morello Jr. parks his car every day at work. He takes up 4 parking spots. So I thought that was kind of funny. You can look for that on our socials. But I wanted to get that out there about Marner and about, generally speaking, other players, because that is a scenario that we could see play out.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't mean Marner's going to agree to it, but it is entirely possible.
It matters with Marner. Look, it could matter. John Tavares is owed
is
owed a bonus, a sizable one. I think it's like $7 million or something.
Yep.
On July 1st. That gets paid 4:59 p.m. on June 30th.
No, you can't. It can't pay it on June 30th. Has to be in the league day. It has to be.
Oh, sorry. So that gets paid 5:01 then, June 30th. It's technically considered paid on July 1st when it's due. They basically get paid the 5 p.m. the day before.
Right.
Yeah. So
but usually what happens is they're paid at 12:01.
Yeah.
That's how, at least historically, MLSE has done it.
Yes, because they're a real company and they have their payroll probably set to 12:01 to automatically send it out.
Right. So that is something that is a potential possibility, and I wanted to get that out there because it's something that's very nuanced and complex. And so let's say there's another scenario. Let's say the Leafs pay Marner signing bonus and they make a trade. It doesn't matter with who. And the player they acquire is also due a signing bonus. The Leafs, in order to make the deal more valuable, could offer to pay both signing bonuses, because what they would do is they would pay Marner's signing bonus and then they would trade him, and the team that's trading whatever asset back could say, we have not paid the signing bonus yet. Toronto is paying the signing bonus. So it is entirely possible. Let's say it's Shea Theodore. I'm not sure what a signing bonus structure is.
Okay.
But the Leafs could pay his signing bonus.
I can look that up if you want.
And it's really
it
not
doesn't
relevant.
matter, yeah.
And then they could say, we're also going to pay Theodore's. And in doing so, they could say, okay, well, if we're on the hook for both signing bonuses, you're giving us either a better asset or an extra asset.
That's how they reclaim some form of leverage in this.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I just wanted to kind of explain that, because there is a scenario where a trade could happen on July 1st.
Absolutely.
And the Leafs would end up paying both bonuses.
Yeah. However, for them to do that, like you said, they would have to get something tantalizing to them back. Now,
Shea Theodore is a
definitely
tantalizing piece, and I think I've heard a lot of people...
But it's not worth sending Marner over there.
I've heard a lot of people be like, oh, like, that's not enough. Excuse me. Having Shea Theodore and the cap space to sign another good defenseman is a win. Thank you.
Marner for Theodore 1-for-1. I'm not a huge fan of that. Like, I love Shea Theodore.
Okay, but what if it's Marner for Shea Theodore and the money to sign Brett Pesce? Then you're getting Theodore and Pesce for Mitch Marner, which completely balances out your roster.
Yeah. However, I would like it to be Shea Theodore and a first, or Shea Theodore
they don't have that, so.
And a second, or Shea Theodore and a prospect that's deep. Like, you gotta tack something on.
I think a lot of people don't realize how good Shea Theodore is.
He's fantastic. He's fantastic. But it's also like this is a. I can't believe I'm going to bat for Mitch Marner here. This is a 90-point Selke nominated.
That's
winger.
Great. What's harder to find? Top pairing defensemen or right wingers? I'm gonna throw something at you if you say top pairing or if you say right wingers.
Be careful.
I'm so tired of the cap space, and people are like, "Oh, I have to get more." No, you're getting cap space. That is the most valuable asset in the National Hockey League right now, and the fact that the Leafs are able to leverage the unlimited funds that they have to make it so is a huge thing. Because even if it isn't Brett Pesce, what if it's Brady Shea?
Hold on, Rachel. I'm getting a call. Hello?
Is it Rocket
Rocket Security? Oh, no. Rachel's the one that said that. Please direct your messages towards her. Okay, thank you. I love you too. Okay, bye-bye. Sorry, I don't like to pick up calls in the middle of the podcast, but that's
a very important one.
It was an important one because this person's very important.
But yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is there is a scenario where the Leafs could still use their financial might to their advantage, and that's kind of how things play out behind the scenes. It's very nuanced, but I felt like it was worth
bringing up. I